Expand into brackets. When we expand two brackets, we use the FOIL method. So this is what your brackets would look like in a question. They would normally say expand and simplify. So you basically want to times everything in this bracket by everything in this bracket. And you've probably heard it called FOIL before. So FOIL stands for the first, outer, inner, and last. So the first ones, so you want to times the first two, the first two together. So I want to do x times x, which gives me x squared. Then I want to do the outer ones. So I want to do this outside and this outside. So I want to do x times the 2. So I've times this first x by both things in the bracket. And that gives me 2x. And because there's a plus here, that belongs to the 2x. Now I'm going to do the inside one. So I'm going to do this inside one times this inside one. So I'm going to do 1 times x, which is just 1x, which we just write as x. And because this is a plus, that belongs to that 1. Now I'm going to do the last ones. So I'm going to do the 1, similar colour. Now I'm going to do the 1 times the 2. So I'm going to do the 1 times the 2 to get 2, and because a plus times a plus gives me a plus. So I can write that out as x squared plus 2x plus x plus 2. The bit you now simplify is your x's, not your x squared, because that's a different term to the x's. So the x squared stays the same, but 2x plus x is 3x, and I've got plus 2. So that's how you expand a double bracket using the FOIL method. So let's have a go at some exam style questions. So expand and simplify. Instead of x now we've got y, so still the same thing. So I'm going to do the first ones, the y times the y. So I've got y times y, which is y squared. Then I'm going to do the outer ones. So I've got y times the 5. So I've got y times 5, which is 5y, and it's a plus, so I put plus. Now I'm going to do the 3 times the y. So 3 times y is 3y, and there was a plus, so I'm going to put a plus. Now I'm going to do the 3 times the 5, which is 15. So I can write all those. So I've got first is y squared plus 5y plus 3y plus 15. Oh, sorry, because a plus and a plus make a plus. So I've got plus 15. Again, we just simplify these two in the middle. So that stays as y squared, and I've got 5y, add 3y, which is 8y plus 15 stays the same. So that, oh gosh, that is my answer. So first one's x times the x. So I've got x times x, which is x squared. Then I'm going to do the x times the minus 1. So I've got x times with just 1 first, which is just x, 1x. But that minus belongs to the 1, so we've got to put the minus with this 1. So it's x times minus 1 gives us minus x. So now I've done that one, so now I've got the 5 times our x, so I've got 5 times x, which is 5x, and because there was a plus, I'm going to put plus. And now I've got the 5 times the minus 1, so I'm going to put 5 times minus 1. 5 times 1 is 5, but because I've got a minus, I'm going to put minus. So I can collect them all now, so I've got the x squared, I've got the minus x, plus 5x minus 5. So I'm just rewriting each one of those in a nice straight line. So I can collect these middle ones now. So that x squared stays the same. Minus x, add 5x. You've got minus 1, add another 5 is 4. So that'll be plus 4x. So it's not minus 4 because it's positive 4, so it's plus 4x, and then the minus 5 stays the same. So that is the answer. Okay, so we're going to do the first one. So I'm going to go W times W. So W times W is W squared. Outer ones, W times minus 7. So W times minus 7 is going to be minus 7W. Now I'm going to do the inside one. So the minus 2 times the W. Minus 2 times W is minus 2W. And the last one's minus 2 times minus 7. Now 2 times 7 is 14, and a minus times a minus is a positive, so it's just plus 14. So we collect those together. So first I've got W squared minus 7W minus 2W plus 14. So the only ones you can simplify is these two in the middle. So I'll have W squared minus 7 minus another 2 gives me minus 9W plus 14 stays the same. So can we always see these will always stay the same and these will always stay the same. It's just that bit in the middle that you can simplify. So that is my answer. So first one's x times x. So x times x is x squared. X times the 3, so x times positive 3. If you want to keep the plus with it all the time, carry on doing it. Saves you mucking up with your minuses and your positives. Then we've got the inside ones, so we've got minus 10 times x gives us minus 10x, and the last one's minus 10 times positive 3. Well, we know 10 times 3 is 30, and we know that a minus times a positive is a minus, so it'll be minus 30. So collect them. X squared, so that's just the first one, plus 3x, so that's this next one, minus 10x, this one, and then minus 30. So just rewriting all those in a nice straight line. So we got plus 3x minus 10x, so you can only simplify these two there. So the rest stay the same. The x squared stay the same, and we got plus 3 minus 10 gives us minus 7x, and then the minus 30 stay the same. Oh, I didn't highlight it, and that's the answer. The same method with all of these, nothing is going to change. So the only thing different in this is I got a 2 in front of my y. Still do the same FOIL method. So we're going to do 2y times y. So I got 2y times y. That gives me 2y squared. 2y times my 3. 2y times 3. So do your 2, there's a positive 3 as well. Do your 2 times 3, which is 6. And put the y on the end, and because it was a positive we put a plus. Now I'm going to do the inside one, so plus 1 times y gives me plus y, 1y. We don't write our ones normally. 1 times our 3, and they're both positive, so our answer is going to be positive, which is just 3. So collect them. I've got my 2y squared plus 6y plus y plus 3. You can only collect these ones, you can only simplify these middle ones, remember. So we got 2y squared plus 7y plus 3. Again, same method. So we've got FOIL first ones, 3x times 2x. So 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared, so that's going to be 6x squared. Outer ones, so 3x times 3, and that's a positive 3, so it's a plus 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, and we put our x on, and because it's a positive, we're going to plus it. Then I'm going to do my inside ones, minus 2 times 2x. Just do 2 times 2, which is 4. Stick your x on and stick your minus in. Minus 2 times 3, so minus 2 times a positive 3. So 2 times 3 is 6, and a minus times a positive is a minus. So we've got 6x squared plus 9x minus 4x. Ooh, if I run out of space. Minus 6. So I can only collect these ones, remember. So I got 6x squared. So plus 9, take away 4, gives me 5. That's a positive number, so plus minus 6. So there's your answer. Didn't highlight the last one, did I? Nope. Gotta do my highlighting. Right, FOIL first. 5y times y gives me 5y squared. Outside, 5y times minus 2. 5y times minus 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. We've got the y. And don't forget it's a minus because we've got a minus times a positive. Minus 1 times y. So I'm do my inside ones. So 1 times anything is just itself. So that stays as y. But we've got a minus, so it's going to be minus y. Then our last ones, minus 1 times minus 2. Well, 1 times 2 is 2. And a minus times a minus is a positive. So we can collect those. We've got 5y squared. That's just the first one. Minus 10y, that's this one. This is why we put our negatives everywhere, because you know when to add or subtract. Plus 2. Can only simplify these ones. So we got 5y squared minus 11y plus 2. And that is it. Right, so this here, that square, means that I've got to do x minus 7 times x minus 7. So that just means times it by itself. Okay? So I've got to do FOIL again, so I've got to do x times x, my first ones, which is x squared. Outside, x times minus 7, which is just minus 7x. Minus 7 times our x, my inside ones, again gives us minus 7x. And the last one's minus 7 times minus 7, just do 7 7s, which are 49, and a minus times a minus is a positive. So collect them all now. So we've got first one, x squared, minus 7x, minus another 7x, plus 49. Can only collect these ones in the middle. So we've got x squared, minus 7, minus another 7 is minus 14, and then plus our 49.